Hello and welcome to my Saturday. It's a very unusual Saturday today for me because I'm actually all on my own in the house, and I was last night as well. IB wasn't here and Isabel stayed on with my dad because she's booked herself into a workshop today in Cardiff all day, and I had a mega sleep in till about 11 o'clock. I actually wasn't filming yesterday. I took Friday off this week, but this is what I did. I have a little list. The first thing that I have to report to you was I got back into Portuguese big time. I spent hours at this desk with my MacBook on watching YouTube videos and taking notes, and then popping anything I wanted to memorise into a Quizlet app on my phone. A present arrived from my boyfriend, which was this. There we are. I saved the box to show you. It's just an adapter lead, so I can get this monitor into my MacBook and it works. I tried it. I haven't edited with it yet because I wasn't editing yesterday. I went on Amazon and ordered a dehumidifier for this bedroom. I think that's coming today actually. And in the meantime I've been doing the daily windowsill wipe with the towel. I felt a bit of a meanie sacrificing this towel for the window wipe thing, but it's scratchy. I got it in a sale for like £2 or something a few years ago, but it's just too scratchy to use. I think it had little gems on it, but they seem to have come off actually. They were the worst for scratching. Even your buttocks a bit of a dry, and all of a sudden a big fake diamond scratches your bum. No good. Other than that, I didn't do any music at all. I just was so focused on Portuguese yesterday that I spent most of my day doing that. But I did also get a load of hats out of a bag and gloves and things from the understairs cupboard, thinking, right, let's get something charity shopped today. So I decided to run things through the wash. Some of these things I want to keep. This is the most ridiculous sun hat ever, but it's so efficient at shading. So until I get something else that's as good at shading me, I'm not going to get rid of it. I put garden wire in there. It's meant to be a big floppy one. Got it for £1 from Claire's years ago in the sale. That Izzy doesn't wear, but I knitted that and my mum made that, and I don't know, it just seems like a nice thing to own because it was the combined effort of me and my mum. This is going. That's dry now. That was for me. Isabel bought it for me. I'm sure she won't be offended if I pass that on. Oh, it's still wet. I can feel it. I'll put it on the radiators. And that I used to wear, but I'm not going to wear it now. I've gone off it. And I found a load of these neck tube thingies that are like scarves, and honestly I forgot I had them. So I'm like, oh, I'll wear them now I remember I've got them. So my chuck out didn't go too well. The ski gloves, I think they're Izzy's, but I think they fit me, so I'll keep them. This seems to be on its own, so maybe I'll just bin that. But I tell you what, as soon as I've binned it, you know what will happen? The other one will turn up, won't it? That's how it always goes. In other news, I've been working away at this puzzle late at night whilst listening to the news. It's coming along slowly. It's a very pleasant one because there's lots of little pockets of interest. Yeah, the library's coming together. I'm going to go up and immediately do a Portuguese lesson online, like a pre-recorded one that's just up on somebody's channel. Talk the Streets, that's the channel I'm going through. I'm going through her entire back catalogue, this is my plan, to discover what I don't know, and I am discovering a lot of stuff that I don't know, or stuff that I kind of had a kind of awareness of but hadn't really analysed. And so it's like, I did do that, but I didn't know why I was doing it. I knew it was that, but I didn't know why, the rules behind it kind of thing. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm doing my Quizlet app at the moment to go over all the words I put in yesterday. Oh, I'm forgetting them already. Done that. That took me about 15 minutes to go through everything that I put in there. Most of it was from the video lessons, but some of it was from, I did an exercise that she recommended we do, which is go through a storybook, or I just did a few pages of a storybook and highlight these different tenses, types of tenses. Like one was just the simple past tense and the other one was a continuous past tense. I won't go on about it too much, but in different colours. So I was like writing it out in my book and highlighting the different colours, but there was some little bits of vocabulary and little phrase constructions that I wasn't familiar with, but I wanted to just absorb the construction, so I put those in as well. So it's like quite a mixture in there. There's about 36 things in there, I think, something like that. It's a bit of a hefty list really. I think 20's enough for me, but I got a bit carried away. IB, meanwhile, today, it's coming later. I think we're going to have fish and chips for tea from the fish and chip shop, but at the moment he's practicing and maybe recording that piece that I notated the other day because he'd got stuck with it, and now he is unstuck because I worked it out and we went through it the other day when he came here. I'm going to make myself another coffee. Well, there's some left in the pot, so I'm just going to top it up, and I'm going to do a video lesson on the MacBook, probably over at my desk, and I'm just going to do what I feel like today. And I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm not going to have a plan, but I do need to practice my flute, definitely. Because next, well, coming up, you see, we've got our little adventure, and it involves an aeroplane. It doesn't involve leaving the UK, it's a domestic flight, and it also involves a train at the other end and a hotel room for a couple of nights. We will be doing lots of play and music, but we will also be seeing a bit of the area as well and just having fun and adventures. So I definitely need to practice my flute before I go, or I'll turn up like unable to play. There's my new setup now, look, with the newer gifted monitor, so that's great. I am down in Flute Cave. It's time for a practice session. I am just going to get back into it, honestly, because I have neglected it again. You might be wondering, why have I got another pair of glasses on my head? I need to make an update video about how I got on with the varifocals for people that are specifically only interested in that and not interested in my life. But the long and short of it is, the old ones are better for reading sheet music off the stand. I basically need to stand back a bit when I'm reading music off a music stand, because I just can't get really close, like, and play the flute because I've got my arms in the way. And you know, if you were performing while you were doing that, people wouldn't be able to see your face because there'd be music right by it. So yeah, I do need my long distance glasses, and I tend to be looking down slightly. So if I'm wearing my varifocals and I need to see through the long distance bit, I have to do that with my head, and when I do that, it mucks up with the flute playing. I have to have my head at a certain angle. Anyway, right, I'm going to crack on. I'll probably do the best part of an hour. I'm going to do a mixture of technique just to get myself starting to sound fluent again, and then I'll probably get some of IB's tunes out and just revise them a bit. Ready for the big sessions coming up. Izzy's back. She's down in Flute Cave. She's showing me some things. She's been shopping. Oh, I'm really overexposed, excuse me. It's not hot, it's 19 degrees.
Yeah, that's just because I've been outside, and what temperature is that? So can we check on my app?
I think about, I don't know, 4 degrees or something.
7 degrees.
7 degrees, that's warm compared to what it has been.
Quite warm, but...
Right then, what are you sure you don't want to be in the vlog?
I'm sure.
Right then, what have you bought?
I've got the jacket, blazer for £2.50.
Here is the jacket for £2.50. It's a bit crumpled up on my music stand. Okay, what else?
I thought you were trying to smell it then.
No, I'm not sure. She thought I was trying to smell it. What I was doing, which probably looks ridiculous.
It does.
Right, it goes out of focus, but if you touch the touch screen on the area where it is, it goes into focus, but obviously I've got something in that hand, camera in that hand, so what I do is I use my nose and it gets it into focus. I don't know if it has because I've got the wrong glasses on now. Yeah, it is. Problems. Right, she's gone. She's gone back upstairs, getting on with the life. I'm gonna get on with my technical exercises. I've been at it for about 40 minutes and I haven't even got onto the tunes yet. I'm still doing technique. This is the incredibly hot temperature that Izzy can't apparently cope with in my cellar right now. I'm nice and toasty actually with my jumper on. Okay, finished. I think I'd better think about having some lunch. I'm pretty sure Izzy's had a meal deal in town. I'm just having the last of the macaroni cheese, which I am reheating. That's been in the fridge, and I am wilting down some spinach as well to have with it, and literally that's all I'm going to have for my lunch. After that, I'm going to wash up these few pans, just make sure the kitchen's nice and tidy and wipe down the usual. I've had my lunch and a bit of Toblerone. Very nice that was too. Now, I'm commissioning Isabel. I'm going to pay her to do our banner art because it's so out of date, because it still says Imo and Izzy. So I've done a little sketch to show what I want. I've sent her a template for the dimensions and the parameters, the safe area. This is a very, very rough idea, and I'm open to a bit of her artistic interpretation on this. Cardiff Castle, because I do a lot of Cardiff vlogs. I'm from Cardiff and I kind of feel like I'm magnetised back there. There's a lot of Cardiff content. There's going to be me here, flute in one hand with musical notes coming out of it and a vlogging camera in the other. That's me. Can you tell? Here she's got to not put anything because there's like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I hardly ever use any of them, but the links are there. Here I want to be a draigkoch, that's a red dragon, to those of you that don't speak Welsh, and the Portuguese ghoul, the Portuguese cockerel, because I've got a lot to do with Portugal on my channel as well, so they're going to be facing each other, so he needs to be flipped horizontal, because on the flag it's the other way. And then Planet Imo there and my little planet emoji. And that's it for now. She might think of some more things to put in, you know, and so might I. But she'll do it by collage and build it up layer by layer, so more things can go in if we think of them. Anyway, that's my starting point. I've come out for one of my walks. Oh, birds. There they go. Slightly distracted by the murmurating birds there. Anyway, my boyfriend texted and said some family members of his had turned up and they'd gone for a walk together. So I thought, right, well, I'll go for a walk on my own at the same time, and then we'll both have had our exercise for the day. It's really smoky out. I don't know if you can tell on camera, it's a really, really still afternoon. It's about 4:30, I think, something like that, maybe a bit earlier. And someone's been having a bonfire or something, and all the smoke is just, it's lying low. And it's probably not looking very smoky on the camera. I'll see if I can find some. The thing is, as soon as you get near it to film it, it's actually not that thick. But from a distance it looks thick, you know what I mean. It's like clouds. If you actually go in a cloud, it's just like a bit misty. I'm gonna get on my way. It's a little bit chilly out, you can see my breath, but it's not too bad. Yeah, the reason I've stopped is because the sun's setting over that way and I'm walking this way, so I can either walk backwards or stand still, because if I go the other way, my face is just going to be a shadow. I'll be like a dark silhouette. Can you see that smoke now? I think because we're facing the sunset again, it's not coming out on the camera, but there's a great band of it. You can see it in the trees there. It's over the water. I'm not sure if this is coming out very well because the sun has literally gone down now. Oh, it looks like something out of a Hammer horror movie from here. I'm back and I've got quite an amazing case of hat hair. I think that's even outdone my first thing in the morning hair today. I apparently have traipsed mud all over the house from earlier when I put them on because it was dried, but that's all right. Dried is easy to hoover up, isn't it? I'm gonna do that quickly. Then I'm gonna spend some time editing before my boyfriend arrives. I was just midway through that and there was a very loud rat-tat-tat at the door. It was the dehumidifier has arrived, so I'll have to get that out later, but I will do this editing first, just in case IB turns up. We are back. Izzy's having a McPlant from McDonald's, but we got our stuff from the Chippies. They are good. It's dinner time. I seem to have got the paper on my plate well. It makes the plate easier to wash, I suppose. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did like it, could you please hit the like button, because it really helps the channel to grow, and I really appreciate that. And if you're new here and would like to follow more of my story and my dinners here in South Wales, no, not that much about the dinners, well, there's a bit, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!